Day 2. So far we got, what did we do? We got the exhaust off. So the smart guys at the shop decided to tack weld this. So like I had mentioned earlier, I did an automatic swap. The automatic transmission is wider. So what they had to do is widen these guys out. These guys are wider, but they added what they do. So right here, you're supposed to just have a clamp, and they tack welded it. I don't know why. Over here, they added this extension. I don't know if that's metal. It looks metal, but I could be wrong. And they tack welded it as well. They did it the same over here. What you're normally supposed to do is these go over the axle. They come down to a clamp right here. You unclamp it, you separate it, and this is one piece to the muffler. But since they, for some reason, they cut it up here, and on the muffler side of the pipe, they put like a piece kind of like this, but it's metal. As you can see, it's like rusting right there. So they did that, and they also tack welded it. This is where I had to grind it down. Did the same. This side wasn't even tack welded good because it just came off by itself. I didn't even have to grind it down, but I'm gonna have to because that looks ugly. But anyways, this piece right here on this side goes connected down here, down to this guy, and this guy goes connected to the 2-inch headers. But anyways, it took me like a day. I had to go buy a grinder and get that off. So we got the wheels off. We got the speed sensor off right here. Took the wire off. The e-brake wire that goes right here, somewhere right here. And then it runs in through here, and I took them out. Over here. So they're dangling right here. This is your e-brake, and then this is the ground and the sensor for the connector for the speed sensor, the same as that one over there. So I got all the bolts off from the torque tube to the tranny, except one. It's real difficult to get to. I'll show you right here. It's a spider web. So at the very top of the tranny, it's got 2 bolts one on the left, one on the right. And it basically runs on the opposite side of this tranny right here, but on the top. I was able to take that guy off on that side, but this side I can't because I got all these wires. I got the hoses for the cooler that come into the tranny, in and out, and then obviously I got a lot of other wires that are, one of them is for the nitrous line, and then I got the computer stuff that runs to the transmission. And yeah, so this is the pipe I was telling you about, that they just looks like they welded it on this side, and then this is where they tack welded it. I don't know why they wouldn't just put a clamp. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But yeah, so got all that. I'm getting ready to drain the oil. What else? Oh, I got the shifter cable, I believe it's what it's called, that shifts from different gears, reverse, neutral, and whatever. I got that off. I got the O2 sensors off. You can see them way over there. I don't know if you can see them or not. See right there, those white wires. I got those off, and that's about it. So next is draining the oil, disconnecting this guy right here, 2 bolts, the shock. I don't know if you guys can see it. Disconnecting the shock as well. Right here it's got 2 bolts. And then I'm gonna drop the cradle about 2 inches and then try to get that last bolt, and obviously take off the hoses and all the computer stuff. I'll probably take the computer stuff off tomorrow, but I would say, oh yeah, and I gotta disconnect this guy too. It's a sensor for the computer. And that's about it. It should come out nice and neat, the whole rear end, hopefully. We'll see. I have these wood these tree trunks under here. I had one of my friend's dad come over. He's like, "You're crazy, that car's gonna fall on you." So he made me put those tree trunks right there just in case. For all we know, he probably saved my life. I got my friend Mingo on the line. Mingo!
Hey!
Say what's up.
What's up, man? What are you doing?
Oh, you already know what we're doing. Now, if I could just find my freaking wrench that I was using. Where did it go?
What aren't you doing?
Oh, there it is. It's right there. Okay, so hopefully it's not more than 5 gallons of tranny fluid. Oh, that was already pre-loosened, so just FYI. I'm taking my glove off because I don't want to get it full of oil. See how this goes.
Safety first.
Oh man, it's coming. Ah, got me. It got me. It got me. Uh-oh. Last time this fucker closed on me, and then I had a big old leak. Better not close. Draining. Draining. Oh, where did I put the... Shoot. Where's the nozzle to? Up there. Oh yeah, this oil smells burnt. It smells like it got burnt. It's got a really bad burnt smell. So the reason why this tranny messed up, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I got a Ron Davis radiator that's supposed to support the transmission and the motor. Shouldn't have no overheating problems, but unfortunately it didn't support it. I took a little drive to, I probably took a half-hour drive, just driving it normal, and when I got to my friend's house, it was at 280 degrees. So it got really, really hot. And that's when I lost third gear. But now we're gonna replace it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an extra transcooler up in the front, and I believe it's a B&M with the fan. So I'm gonna run it to the radiator, and then it's gonna go through to the B&M and then run back, so it could be extra cool. I just can't believe the shop didn't check the temperature. Since this is an automatic swap, it's got its own little computer, and you gotta plug that in to be able to see the temperature and to tune it and do all these things that you need to do. But you know, I figured they did their homework. They said they drove it around and it was fine, but I guess driving it around the block ain't the same as driving it half hour on the highway. So we'll see how this goes. So I guess that's it. What the hell? Freaking Range Rover was making noises. So I guess that's it for today, Fowlerds. We'll see you guys tomorrow and see what happens. Say later, Mingo.
Later, bud. Later, everybody.